I'm going to continue reading Chapter 10 from The Lemonade War. I'm picking up on page 136. It can be hard. Sometimes it's even hard to know what you're feeling yourself. I mean, how do you feel about him? Asked Mrs. Tresky. Jessie didn't have to think long. All the insults and anger, the confusion and fighting, seemed to converge in a single flash of white-hot feeling. I hate him. I hate him for saying all those mean things and for not letting me play. I hate him just as much as he hates me. More. Mrs. Tresky looked sad. Can we have a sit-down about this tonight, after you get back from the beach? No, said Jessie, remembering the spit vow. Evan would be mad if he knew that she had worried Mom with their fighting, and then he'd spill the beans about the terrible thing she was about to do. Jessie didn't want her mom knowing anything about that. We'll work it out ourselves, Mom. I promise. Evan and I will talk tonight. I'm sorry I've been working so hard, said Mrs. Tresky. I know it's a lousy end to the summer. It's okay, Mom. You gotta work, right? Yes. No. I don't know. I promise I'll be finished by dinner time tonight. That way we can all go to the fireworks together. Jessie's mom looked out the window. I hope they don't get canceled because of the weather. They're saying scattered thunderstorms this evening. Jessie and her mom finished breakfast without saying much else. I'll clean up, said Jessie. She liked to do dishes, and she wanted to do something nice for her mom. While she cleaned, she thought about the terrible plan she had come up with last night. It was mean. It was really mean. It was the meanest thing she had ever imagined doing. I'm not going to do it, she decided. I hate him, but I don't hate him that much. She was putting the last glass in the dishwasher when Evan walked in. His backpack was bulging. I thought you were going to the beach for the whole day, he said. Megan's picking me up in half an hour. She thought she saw Evan stiffen up. Good. What's in that backpack? Not much, he said, dumping out the contents onto the kitchen table. Cans of lemonade mix rolled all over. Jessie tried to count, but there were too many. 15? 20? Holy macaroni! How many cans did you buy? 32. Evan started to stack the cans in a pyramid. But you don't need that much. Even to win, you don't need that much. That's... She did the calculations in her head. That's 256 cups of lemonade if you sell them at 50 cents apiece. $1. I'm going to charge $1 apiece. Jessie felt like her head was going to explode. You'll never sell it all, she said. There isn't a neighborhood in town that will buy 256 cups in one day. Too much lemonade, not enough thirsty people, she thought. I'm going to roll like the ice cream truck. I'm going to mix it all up in the big cooler and wagon it from street to street. The high today is going to be 94 degrees. It might take me all day, but I'll sell every last drop. 256 smackers. And then tonight, Juicy, we count our earnings. Don't forget, winner takes all. But you don't need $256 to win, she shouted. Evan stood tall and said in that gravelly voice that all the boys imitated, I don't play to win. I play to pulverize. Oh, what an idiot. Jessie couldn't believe her brother could be such a jerk. She watched as Evan put together his rolling lemonade stand in the garage. The big cooler was something Mrs. Tresky had bought a few years back when she was in charge of refreshments for the school spring fling. It looked like a giant bongo drum with a screw-off top and a spigot at the bottom. Evan loaded it into the wagon, then poured in the mix from all 32 cans. He used the garden hose to fill the cooler to the top, then dumped in 4 trays of ice cubes. With a plastic beach shovel, he stirred the lemonade. The ice cubes made a weird rattling noise as they swirled around in the big drum. Using the shovel like a big spoon, he scooped out a tiny bit and tasted it. Perfect! He announced, screwing the top on tightly. Then he went into the basement to make his lemonade on wheels sign. Without a moment's hesitation, Jessie sprang into action. First, she got out a large Ziploc bag from the kitchen drawer, the kind you could freeze a whole gallon of strawberries in if you wanted to. Then she held it upside down and wide open over the fruit bowl. Jessie gave the bowl a solid knock. Jessie was surprised how easy it was to catch the fruit flies that floated up from the bowl. It was like they wanted to die. She filled that bag and 2 more with flies, then hurried to the garage. She unscrewed the top of the big cooler. Holding the first bag upside down, she unzipped it, expecting the flies to fall down into the lemonade. They didn't. They stayed safe and dry in the bag. It was like they wanted to live. Too bad for you, you stupid flies, said Jessie as she plunged the bag into the lemonade. Under the surface, she turned the bag inside out, swishing it back and forth so that all the flies were washed off into the lemonade. She emptied all 3 bags of flies into the big cooler, then hunted around until she found 2 green inchworms and a fuzzy gypsy moth caterpillar. She tossed them into the cooler. Then she threw in a fistful of dirt for good measure. She was just about to screw the top back on when she heard Evan coming up the basement stairs. There wasn't time to get the top back on. He would see the bugs and the whole plan would be ruined. Jessie ran to the steps and shouted, "Evan, Mom wants you in her office. Right away." "Aw, man," muttered Evan as he started to climb the second set of stairs. Jessie quickly screwed on the cap, grabbed her blue bathing suit from the basement, then went upstairs to her room. On the way, she passed Evan coming down. "Mom did not want to see me," he said, annoyed. Jessie looked surprised. "That's what it sounded like. She yelled something down the stairs. I thought it was, 'Get Evan.'" Jessie shrugged. "So I got you." From her bedroom window, she watched Evan rolling down the street with his lemonade on wheels stand. He was like one of those old-time peddlers calling out, "Lemonade! Get your ice-cold lemonade here!" as he walked. For one lightning brief second, Jessie felt a stab of regret. She could see how hard he was straining to pull the heavy cooler. She knew what it was like to stand in the hot sun selling lemonade, but the feeling was snuffed out by the hurricane of anger she felt when she remembered Evan's gravelly voice. "Pulverize!" Jessie switched into her bathing suit, packed up her beach bag, and said a quick goodbye to her mother as the Moriartys pulled into the driveway. "What a great day for the beach," said her mother. "Have fun, and be home in time for the fireworks, okay?" The fireworks. Yep, Jessie imagined there would be some fireworks tonight. Thanks for listening, Hornets.